Hey everyone, welcome back. Welcome back. And thank you for joining me. Today I have a very, very cool and another amazingly hard to find special rare toy and a bit of a cultural touchstone for Japan. Maybe not a touchstone, but it's a nice parallel to what we have going on here. Anyway, before we get started, are you comfortable? Do you have your coffee in hand, slurping away, clanking away, adding a little cream and sugar in there maybe, or just sipping it black, or you're having something else to just get focused and rubbing the Sandman out of your eyes, or whatever time it is, maybe it's night, you're just there and now you're paying attention to the screen, you're comfy in your chair, everything's adjusted fine, you're looking straight ahead, and the one thing you really got to look at is to the lower right, it says subscribe. You know what? Do that first if you're a non-subscriber, okay? Wherever you're watching this on, whatever platform, okay? With that out of the way, I have for you kind of an obscure creation by Tezuka Osamu, the brilliant Tezuka Osamu that created many of the characters that you love, like Astro Boy, for instance, among other things. And this is Big X. Now, I believe most of the anime, unfortunately, like Uchijin Pippi, was destroyed, lost, wasn't saved. What a shame. What a loss. What a cultural loss for us as fans of this anime that we can't see all these episodes, you know? But the one thing we do have are these toys, right? These toys are not going to go away. Now, I was thinking about something, and you know what? Let me explain this character, right? It was kind of like this weird collaboration going on with the Nazis and some, I don't know, call it a splinter group in Japan that were working on their version of like the super soldier program, right? Their version of Captain America. But the honorable, or the noble, the good guys in Japan said, we're not collaborating with these Nazis. So they abandoned, they absconded with the research, and they took it back to Japan. And this was the creation of Big X. Now, what's interesting is Big X would have to take an injection to get his super strength. But I believe, now I haven't really seen many of these episodes, just snippets, and I may tie in like the trailer for Big X. I'm not positive, but you probably, if you've seen it already, I obviously tied it in. I'm thinking of doing it though, because it's just pretty cool. The Japanese got a little worried that it would promote drug use, so they abandoned the needle at some point in the series, and they went to some kind of more like a magical pendant thing. You know, now, Steve Rogers, right, Captain America, was injected with the super soldier serum. So, you know, we've had injection changing properties for a lot of these superheroes, and even She-Mulk, or She-Hulk. I'll call her She-Mulk now. Originally, she had a blood transfusion, which was, administered through an injection process as well. So it's not uncommon. It wasn't unprecedented. But they didn't like the optics of it. So they decided to change that. Now, the thing about this to me is that when you look at our media companies today, right? Like, they don't retain the characters. So, like, right now we have Falcon is Captain America, for instance, So I think back to myself, and I say, like, how bizarre would it be, like, because, like, we have these toys. It's like this was the onset, just like I have a lot of the Batman toys. And, when you start changing the origins of the character, or you basically swap out the characters with completely different people, like you've essentially abandoned the story completely. Now, if you want to use other characters for their own stories, that's fine. But you know what? There's really only one Captain America. There's only one Big X. You don't make Astro Boy into Big X. You don't take another completely unrelated character and just decide you're going to turn him into the original. There's only one original. There's only one Peter Parker. There's only one Superman. You know, you can have all these derivative, generic, bland, ancillary characters, but they're just that. They're just generic, bland crap, honestly, you know, and you would be better served if you just stick with the originals and create new, exciting characters, like Eric July did with his brand new comic, Isom, right? So there you have it. That's my screed for today when it comes to preserving these characters. That's why I'm excited to save these. So anyway, that's the story of Big X. And this toy, though, you have like Big X, the Tata wind-ups, basically all tin, with the exceptions of the heads for the most part. And look at this box, man. He is like loud and proud. He just must have defeated somebody or something, because he's flexing. His cape is billowing like it's covering the sun, as if he's trying to stop the rays, like those planes do, you know, when they're geoengineering something. You know, he was just like, look at me, I'm a badass Big X guy. You know, but it's cool. It's 60s, right? Even the depiction of the buildings, they're not too detailed, you know, but the colors are very vibrant. These are those Skittles colors, you know, and this is why those Wachowski's brothers, or I guess they're sisters now, right? They made that Speed Racer movie that was like blindingly colorful. I guess this was their inspiration. I think it works well on the box, maybe not so much a movie. And here's the side panel, and here's your V3 Mark. I guess he was the nemesis, one of the nemesis. So, you know, was V3 a Nazi creation? Now, you know, this was, I got this out of Mandaraki, by the way. I got two, and I just really spaced on the bidding because I wanted this giant sedan. It was almost like a dignitary car. It was those huge ones that are like yay big, you know, like my hands don't even go that big. And they had an original Amai V3 kit, and I was like, crap, I didn't get it, damn it. You know, but I thought I had the high bid on the sedan, but it ended up going for like 40-something grand, $1,000 the sedan. So maybe they did me a favor, but I thought I had the high bid. Anyway, here's the side panel. And you know, it's just cool that, guess what? There's a freaking robot on here. I've always loved V3. The style is very cool. And look at that expression, man. You got to hand it to them for their expressions. So the box is beautifully intact, squares of brick, no rips, vibrant, colorful. I mean, look at that. It's like a piece of art in and of itself. It's a big toy, too, so I got to move it back, try to keep it all in frame. Is that the sticker there? Let me see if that's the manufacturer. Yeah, it's, by the way, I'm sorry, I should have showed you that. That's the TN. I'm not used to seeing TN like that in a green oval. Are you? Have you ever seen it like that? I never have. Anyway, so now we go to the Big X. So it's the Batman body, you know, the Nomura Batman. I guess they used this pressing on several toys. Interesting that they never did the Superman, you know. For whatever reason, Batman was the shizzle in Japan at the time. Batman, not so much. Not even Spider-Man. I always say, man, I would have loved to have a vintage Spider-Man toy. Peter Parker, though. Not those other derivatives, you know. But he's pretty cool, man. He must have, like, raided Prince's closet, right? And he made off. He pilfered this beautiful purple cape, right? Because I think after he saved the world from the Nazis, he was going to play Purple Rain somewhere. And that's why he's flexing over there. And he said, let me keep this purple cape just in case. Now, the wings, you know, like the wings of Icarus or whatever the hell, those Mercury wings on the helmet, you know, like Captain America also has those kind of on the helmet as well. So this is kind of a knockoff, if you will. But still, you know what? He's got a lot of fans. And, you know, I don't want him to tip over because, you know, these things, this is an extremely valuable rare toy. And he's got the button on and off just like Batman. He's got the buttons lithoed over there. He's got this beautiful vinyl face. Oh, you talking to me, man? You talking to me? And his helmet that has the X. And again, I believe he had to take the injections, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned this. Maybe I did, but you know what? If I'm senile and I'm repeating myself, too bad. He would have to take the injections almost at every encounter, right? It reminds me of The Boys. If you've seen, I kind of dig the Boys season 3. Was it season 3, the last season? When Butcher, of course, like he's the coolest out of all of them, and he had to inject himself with what the hell do they call that? Compound V, and he was able to battle Homelander. Holy shit, man! He got those laser eyes, and they had some epic fights. Say what you will about a lot of these shows, but The Boys season 3, the fight sequences were freaking so good, so good. I would take The Boys, honestly. I'm trying to think before I commit to this, but yeah, I would say The Boys, the Terminal List, to name just two. That I would take that over absolutely any Marvel Phase 4 anything. Like if you said to me, you could either watch those two, but they wouldn't even be, those Marvel Phase 4 wouldn't exist. I'd be like, I'm there, that's fine. If I didn't see Doctor Strange, Thor, Eternals, Shang-Chi, WandaVision, all that. I mean, it's been absolutely dreadful on the Marvel side. So, and DC hasn't been much better. But anyway, I digress. Let's get back to the toy. So you want to see this thing work, right? And there's not. I can lift up the cape. It's the same battery box as Batman, so you're not going to gain anything there. So let's flick the switch. I could turn the light off because I believe he lights up, but let's see. Whoa! Whoa! I didn't catch him quick enough. I am going to turn off the light, and I am going to hold him because I will start him again. So sit tight. I had a feeling he was gonna, he seemed unsteady, but no damage, thank God. So let's see how let me just go back here. That's the beauty of this channel. You get to see all the foibles too. It's not just the good stuff. I'm going to see if I can back out the camera a little bit. Because this is so rare, this toy, that you will never see this again. Trust me. My heart was like exploding when I saw him topple over. And I'll turn him on one more time and try to hold him. All right, that's enough of that, man. Holy mackerel. He made me skip a few beats there. Jeez Louise. Anyway, maybe that's why they canceled the series. Boy, I liked his war cry, huh? What a squeak that was. Holy moly. I got to ask John how they accomplished that. I've heard a lot of squeaking sounds, but that was pretty freaking cool. Anyway, that is your rare, super duper duper scarce battery version, because the walking version you see more often of this. And probably I'll have actually shown you the walking version before I post this one. I just happen to open up this box first. So that's the two items I did get from Mandarake, the walking wind-up Big X, and then this rare battery version. So thanks for your patience and joining me and holding our collective breath together as we watch them topple over in disgrace. But I think he recovered quite fine. So thanks as always. If you like this, thumb up the video. And don't forget to share it. That's also always important. Try to help the channel grow. And, leave any remarks. I'll respond. I appreciate your time as always. And with that, my friends, I'll talk to you later.